Hello and welcome everybody to this Brain Blast, and we've done a lot of thinking about different aspects. Let's do something a bit practical today. Let's do something that helps us, if you're a therapist, if you're working with, particularly with working with kids, or you're working in HR. I actually have this particular program in this little technique in the procrastination course. So that's another thing that you've probably heard of sometime before now. And it's a really useful way of just triggering by using the visual parts of the brain, by using some of the right side of the brain, that imaginative side, to try and unlock what is stuck in the left side. Because I remember, if you heard me talking one before, how the left side and the right side best operate in this sort of communal, collective, integrative, interactive interplay. But we get stuck in one side and we can't get to remember stuff. And so we sometimes just have to go out to generalize things, and then a pathway opens and then we get it. This is a little bit in the same way as when we forget a name or something, that if we talk around it and we talk about generalized things, we can find different ways of connecting. And so this is a sort of a very imaginative and visual process, although you can also do it literally with the elements. And it's called the dartboard. And it's a very simple exercise, and what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get past the barrier or the block that people have to what is specifically bothering them, in the sense of what is the barrier, who is the person, what is the element, what is the thing. There's something that this is about that they're just not able to get out. They're uncomfortable to get out. They don't want to acknowledge this consciously. They're trying to suppress this. So this is the way of getting that person or that item or that place to become apparent and externalize it, to get it externally seen so that they're observing it. It's very, very difficult when people have something stored inside, because to go inside and look for it means you could also tap into all kinds of difficulties and what we call re-traumatize or additionally traumatize people. So ideally we try and get things out, and we use all kinds of therapies. If you've seen the curiosity approach, the arbitrary mental mapping does that. My simple open book technique does that. But we also, things like sand tray and art therapy, music therapy, all these forms of therapies try to externalize the experience so that the participant is viewing it from the outside and sort of not sensing that they're re-experiencing it within, which is what we don't want to do. So the dartboard is a very simple thing. Now I'm saying you could do this literally with a dartboard and with darts and add the imaginative bits to it. But if they're being imaginative enough to do the experience, maybe you don't need anything, but it's just up to you. Now, if you're a hypnotherapist, you might actually like to do this in a hypnotherapeutic, in a trance state where they actually do believe that and are able to get that realistic experience. If you don't want to really go into hypnosis or go into trance state, you can just do it with focused attention, which is that general waking trance that Milton Erickson talks about, and known as Rossi. So the essence of the dartboard is to help people focus on their problem. So the dartboard in the distance, that has the answers. That's connected to the answers. So in the distance is the answers. So over there on the dartboard, we're going to create the answers. You've talked to your client, you've talked to your person, or just yourself. You're knowing what you're on about. You're knowing what the issue is. You've got that sorted. You're saying, okay, we're dealing with this particular issue. Now, what we've got is over there's a dartboard, and by imagination and possibility and curiosity and opening up to these possibilities, we're going to manifest the answers to our situation, or at least open doorways and find some pathways through that dartboard. Now, what we need is a sense of the problem, of the issue. And we've been talking about the problem, so let's get in our hand. Maybe you even want to close your eyes to imagine fully, or you can focus your attention and use your hand to do it. And in your hand, there is a dart. And that dart, you know, the pointed end and the little tail, I don't know what sort of tail it's got, whether it's plastic or whether it's got little feathers or whether it's really decorative or very simple coloured, whether it's like those professional English pub darts or just exactly what it is, whether it's silver or gold or brass. But you've got that dart, and maybe just hold that dart and just focus that problem, that thing, what's going on. Now there's somebody in this problem. Now here is where, depending on what you've been talking about, if you've got a specific issue, they'd say that. If it's a particular person, they'd say that. But if you haven't even got that far, that it's a person, say, then give a few of the alternatives. You know, it's that somebody that that's interfering, that's troubling, or that place, or that experience. There's something that's interfering with your being able to resolve this issue. So let's focus on that issue. And we know that there's something missing. There's something missing. Now what's missing? Well, that's what we don't know. So what I want you to do is I want you to get that dart and throw it at the dartboard. Now the dartboard's a ways away, so give it a good throw. And by getting them to give a good throw, that gives a release of energy. That gives them the physical feeling of releasing. So make them throw the dart really hard. So as I say, that dartboard's right on, just push it a little. If it's close, push it further back, using their imagination again. And throw that dart. There. Bang. Landed on the dartboard. Brilliant. Now, they might say something like, oh, I think I missed. Say, well, let's do it again. Because, hey, this is imaginary. You can do whatever you want. So anyway, so they do that. And you turn around and then look at the dartboard and say, hey, just a minute. I'm looking at that dart on the dartboard. And there's like a piece of paper or something. You've pinned a piece of paper or something to the dartboard. Do that in that curious, wondrous, is that true, really? Get them going into that thing. So they go, oh, I don't know. You say, yeah, no, I can see that. It's like, what colour is it? Involve them in the process. And if you say to them, oh, there's a paper, what colour is it? And they go, oh, yellow, I think. Then bang, see, you've increased. That's the double bind, where you don't say, can you see the piece of paper? Because they then might say, no. You say, oh, that piece of paper, what colour is it? And as soon as they say a colour or a size or a whatever it is that you ask them, then that reinforces the reality of the paper being there. So that's good. So you say, let's just walk down. I'll walk over and I'll get it I'll walk over and get it for you. Now you might want them to walk over and get it for you, but in this, when I do it, I walk over and get it for myself, just to help them, because maybe they're scared of what it is. Maybe it frightens them and they don't want to do that. So you go over and you pull the dart out, and you pull it out, you put the dart down somewhere, and you say, wow, look at this, it's and you use the incomplete sentence to help them, and let them say, they might say it's a piece of paper, they might say a photograph, they might say an envelope, what are all the things they could say? It's a folder, and all the things. And so then you offer to them, do you want to look inside? Let's have a look. So if it's a folder or it's an envelope, let's reveal it. And then it's a matter of revealing it to the client. And who is this? Is this a person? Is this a place? Is this a thing? Is this an event? What it is? Let's look and reveal it and allow the client to reveal whatever it is and allow them to spend some time to look at it. What do you see? Give them little prompts, but don't push them. Let them reveal as much as they want. What do you see? Share with me. Would you like to share with me a little? If not, you just keep focusing on that picture, whatever it is they've said it is. And then allow them to say. Sometimes it can be, a lot of times it's quite quick. They say, oh my God, it's my sister. Or, oh my God, it's my workmate. Or, oh my God, it's one of my children. Oh my God, it's when I was 4 and I was doing so-and-so. And it manifests on this image. Now, you might then go, depending on the client, you might then begin to discuss that. So that's opened a door. So let's talk about that person or that event or that place. Now, if they feel, oh, but I don't know. If they say, I don't know, say, okay, well now we've got the event and we've got that person or place or things. Let's put that into a dart and we'll do it again. Throw the dart, go in, and you can continue to open up the doorways of this memory, of this thought, of this discussion through various darts and through various pieces of paper or things in envelopes or folders or photographs or whatever it is that best satisfies the client or the person's imagery of what's going on. Now, that's certainly in psychotherapy. If you're working in the office and you've got a meeting and you're gathering and people just, there's a block, there's a creative block to what's going on, you could use this for that. So saying, okay, we're trying to figure out, something about, maybe you're sitting around going to create the logo or something for your company. You can use this to go, get the data, what do you see? And they say, oh, I see this image or that image. It's amazing how we get stuck in the left brain, and particularly in the winner-loser world. When you bring that in, I'm not getting the answer. This is bad. I'm wrong. There's something wrong with me. There's something bad. Rather than letting that go, letting those negative failures go, and you shift it off into the world of possibility, more right brain, and you take it into something that's outside of them, that they then say, oh wow, look at this. That's amazing. It's a so-and-so and so-and-so, and it's a so-and-so and so-and-so. And suddenly they begin to open up. And I don't know, you might have to do it once, you might need to do it 10 times. You might need to do it over several different sessions as they gradually open the little doorways. You might shift from the dartboard game to another type of thing, to an art therapy, a metaphor therapy, a sand play, an arbitrary mental map. You might use all kinds of different things, but little bit by little bit, you're helping them open the doorways towards what is a realization that helps them understand, whether it's a psychological issue, whether it's a relationship issue, whether it's a creative issue, whether it's just what do we do next with this product. If you're in business, where do we go to next? Who's our best customer? What's our stuff that we need to do, that we need to know? What do I need to know next? And that can be a very useful way of just getting them, because people believe that they don't know the answer. They're stuck. So if you throw it out there on the dart on a piece of paper, the piece of paper is telling them what the answer is. And obviously, what that's telling you, everybody, that they know what the answer is, but they're just blocked. But let's not go into that philosophy. All you want is to unblock the blockage. Nifty little exercise, huh? Well, I hope you use that with somebody, and you can even use it for yourself. If you can really self-focus and give yourself that really general waking trance, or even if you're practiced and skilled with the therapy, you might be able to do a self-induced trance and be able to do it very effectively, and leave yourself some kind of note or message afterwards, that when you come out of the trance you can go and get that piece of information. If you're a hypnotherapist, you'll understand what I mean. But for now, there you go. Lovely little practice. Really great with kids who don't like to talk terribly much and they love visual stuff. It's a nifty little game, and it's a game that has a wonderful possibility door opening process, and it's a wonderful stimulant of the curiosity state, and that's what we want always. When in doubt, figure out how to create curiosity. So, thanks very much. See you later.